Welcome to History Pulse, where we uncover the stories of figures who shaped history in unexpected ways. Today, we're diving into the shadowy world of one of America's most elusive kingpins, Frank Matthews, also known as Black Caesar. His story isn't just about crime. It's a complex tale of ambition, power, and a mysterious disappearance that still baffles investigators today. Born in 1944 in Durham, North Carolina, Frank Matthews' early life was marked by poverty, but from a young age, he showed a sharp mind and a burning desire to escape his circumstances. He started small, running numbers as a teenager, but his ambition was anything but. By the age of 20, he had already served time and decided to leave North Carolina behind, setting his sights on the bustling streets of New York City. It was in the concrete jungle of New York that Matthews' criminal genius truly began to flourish. He arrived in the mid-1960s, a time of significant social and criminal upheaval. He didn't just want a piece of the action, he wanted to control the entire board. While others were content with local territories, Matthews saw a bigger picture. He recognized the immense profits to be made in the drug trade and decided to revolutionize it. Unlike his contemporaries who often relied on traditional supply lines, Matthews took a groundbreaking approach. He established direct connections with suppliers in Venezuela and Corsica, cutting out the middleman. This was a game changer. By controlling the supply from its source, he could ensure a higher quality product at a lower cost, allowing him to undercut his rivals and rapidly expand his empire. His business acumen was legendary. Matthews organized a distribution network that was more like a Fortune 500 company than a street gang. He operated with incredible efficiency and discipline. He set up shop in Brooklyn, but his reach extended far beyond. He created a sophisticated system, supplying major dealers in over 20 states, from New York to Florida, from Pennsylvania to South Carolina. His operation was a well-oiled machine, flooding the East Coast with narcotics on an unprecedented scale. Authorities estimated that at his peak in the early 1970s, Frank Matthews was one of the biggest, if not the biggest, drug traffickers in the United States. He wasn't just moving product. He was building an empire from the shadows, earning millions of dollars a month. He was known for being meticulous and extremely cautious, rarely handling the drugs himself, and using a complex web of couriers and cutouts to insulate himself from the street-level transactions. Despite his immense wealth, Matthews maintained a relatively low profile compared to other kingpins of his era. He owned a luxurious home on Staten Island and enjoyed the finer things in life, but he avoided the flamboyant lifestyle that attracted so much police attention to others. He was a strategist, a chess player in a world of checkers. He understood that true power was quiet, and that visibility was a liability. He commanded respect and loyalty through a mix of fear and generosity. Those who worked for him were well compensated, but betrayal was not tolerated. His organization was notoriously difficult for law enforcement to penetrate. Undercover agents and informants found it nearly impossible to get close to the man at the top. Matthews was always several steps ahead, a ghost in the machine he had created. But no empire lasts forever. The sheer scale of his operation eventually put him on the radar of the Drug Enforcement Administration. They launched a massive investigation, dedicating immense resources to bringing down Black Caesar. They began to slowly piece together the puzzle of his vast network, tracking his couriers and identifying his key lieutenants. In 1973, the net finally began to close. The D, after years of painstaking work, had gathered enough evidence to indict him. They arrested Matthews at a Las Vegas airport, where he was reportedly meeting with other major crime figures. The government had built what they believed to be an airtight case, charging him with conspiracy to distribute narcotics on a massive scale. He was facing a potential life sentence. The authorities were confident they had finally captured the man who had eluded them for so long. He was released on a staggering $325,000 bail, a huge sum for the time, which he paid in cash without blinking an eye. His trial was set, and the justice system prepared to prosecute one of the most significant drug cases in American history. And then, he vanished. On a cold day in 1973, just before he was due to appear in court, Frank Matthews packed a bag, walked out of his Staten Island home, and disappeared off the face of the earth. He didn't just skip bail. He orchestrated one of the most famous and successful disappearing acts in modern criminal history. He took with him his girlfriend, Cheryl Brown, and an estimated $15 to $20 million in cash. One moment, he was there, a kingpin awaiting trial, and the next, He was gone. No trace, no trail, no credible sightings. It was as if he had evaporated into thin air. The manhunt that followed was one of the largest in U.S. history. The D and U.S. Marshals chased down thousands of leads across the globe. Was he hiding in the Caribbean? Did he use his international connections to escape to Europe or Africa? Did he undergo plastic surgery to change his appearance? Every theory was explored, but every lead went cold. The mystery of his disappearance only added to his legend. For decades, rumors have swirled. Some say he was quietly captured and eliminated by federal agents. Others believe rival criminals caught up with him. A more popular theory is that he successfully retired, living out his days in luxury and anonymity in some far-flung corner of the world, enjoying the vast fortune he had amassed. His organization, left without its leader, quickly crumbled. His lieutenants were arrested and prosecuted, and his vast network disintegrated. But the man himself, the architect of it all, was never brought to justice. The case file for Frank Matthews remains open to this day. He is still officially a wanted fugitive. What makes the Frank Matthews story so captivating is not just the scale of his criminal enterprise, but the sheer mystery of his final act. He built an empire, challenged the established order, and when the walls closed in, he executed a flawless escape plan, leaving behind nothing but questions and a legend. He was a brilliant strategist who outsmarted not only his rivals, but the entire federal government. His story has been the subject of books, documentaries, and endless speculation. He represents a unique figure in the history of American crime men who reached the absolute pinnacle of his illicit profession, and then, by all accounts, simply walked away, taking his secrets and his fortune with him. Where did Frank Matthews go? Did he live a long, peaceful life, or did his past eventually catch up to him? We may never know for sure. His disappearance is the final, brilliant move from a master of the game. Thank you for joining us on History Pulse. If you found the story as fascinating as we do, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next dive into the hidden chapters of history. See you next time.